Imagine a place where the planet feels alive, breathing, roaring, painting, reshaping itself in real time. That place is Oregon. Here, the coastline isn't just a border of land and sea. It's a battle line where the Pacific hurls itself onto black volcanic cliffs with ancient, thunderous rhythm. Moss-draped forests tower overhead like guardians carved from twilight, their roots gripping centuries of secrets. Follow the cool spray to Waterfalls Falls, a perfect silver blade plunging from basalt columns sculpted by fire. Venture into the Columbia River Gorge, where trails wind through cathedral-like canyons, revealing hidden marvels like Waterfalls, glowing in the filtered mountain light. Travel east and the land transforms again into the painted hills, where time is layered in streaks of crimson, ochre, and gold. Each ridge tells a story written millions of years before humans ever walked these valleys. Stand at the edge of Thor's Well and watch the Pacific collapse into a churning abyss, as if the sea itself were being swallowed by the Earth's ancient heartbeat. Or greet the first light at Smith Rock, where towering spires of prehistoric lava rise from the desert floor like the exposed bones of a world still shaping itself. Oregon doesn't just show you beauty, it challenges you to understand it. Every journey has a story to tell. Subscribe and be part of this global adventure where every destination sparks a new dream. Pilot Rock. Pilot Rock rises abruptly from southern Oregon's highlands like the exposed spine of an ancient volcano, its towering basalt walls revealing millions of years of geological drama etched into every rugged surface. Encircled by the sprawling Umatilla National Forest, this volcanic relic stands in stark contrast to the soft sweep of pine, fir, and shadowed valleys below, where wildlife moves quietly through a landscape shaped by fire, wind, and time. Trails leading toward the monolith guide visitors through meadows flushed with wildflowers and onto panoramic ridgelines, offering a rare blend of solitude, adventure, and the haunting beauty of one of Oregon's most distinctive natural landmarks. Eugene. Cradled in the emerald sweep of the Willamette Valley, Eugene blends the energy of a forward-thinking city with the calm of its surrounding wilderness, where forested parks, riverside trails, and a culture of sustainability shape its unmistakable character. As the proud home of the University of Oregon and the legendary Tracktown, USA, the city pulses with intellectual creativity and athletic heritage, alive with festivals, galleries, and museums that celebrate innovation and the arts. Fed by the crystal-clear waters of the Mackenzie River, Eugene's shifting seasons, misty autumns, vibrant springs, and golden summer evenings transform the landscape into a serene haven for hikers, cyclists, and travelers seeking both inspiration and adventure. Thor's Well. At the edge of Cape Perpetua, Thor's Well opens like a dark, circular mouth in the basalt, an otherworldly pit where waves hurl themselves inward and disappear in a vortex that feels both dangerous and mesmerizing. This roaring cauldron began as a sea cave carved by centuries of relentless surf, its roof collapsing to form a vertical shaft that becomes most dramatic during high tide, when the ocean rises and falls in violent, breath-like pulses. Travelers stand awestruck along the jagged coastline, watching the Pacific erupt through the well in towering plumes before draining back into the earth, an unforgettable display of Oregon's wild, myth-shaped coastline at its fiercest. Waterfalls Falls. Step into the narrow heart of the Columbia River Gorge, and Waterfalls Falls reveals itself like a hidden giant, thundering out of a volcanic corridor in a surge of white water and mist. When spring snowmelt floods the canyon, the falls swell into a breathtaking cascade, sending echoes through moss-draped walls and turning the air into a shimmering haze of spray. Along the winding trail, Glowing emerald moss, fern-covered boulders, and delicate wildflowers create a landscape so enchanting it feels like a secret world carved away from time. Mount Hood National Forest. Anchored by Oregon's tallest and most iconic peak, Mount Hood National Forest stretches across more than 1 million acres of volcanic ridgelines, ancient forests, and glacier-fed valleys that promise adventure in every season. With over 1,000 miles of winding trails, the forest draws hikers, backpackers, and solitude seekers into landscapes shaped by fire, ice, and centuries of Pacific Northwest wilderness. Winter transforms the slopes of Mount Hood into a snowy playground, while summer reveals a world of emerald meadows, crystal blue lakes, and alpine overlooks perfect for climbers and wildlife watchers. Waterfalls hidden within basalt canyons, natural hot springs steaming beneath the trees, and bursts of wildflowers carpeting the high country add to the forest's sense of quiet magic. No matter the season, Mount Hood National Forest remains a place where Oregon's wild beauty feels both timeless and alive, inviting every adventurer to return again and again. Ashland. Ashland feels like a town discovered rather than visited, a quiet enclave in southern Oregon where the foothills of the Rogue Valley cradle a community shaped by creativity and calm. What pulls people in first is its spirit, a cultural pulse that turns a small mountain town into a renowned artistic hub, thanks to the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, whose stages glow long after sunset. Wander its streets and you sense a slower rhythm. Boutiques with handcrafted goods, cafes pouring locally roasted coffee, and galleries curated with a precision that reflects the town's artistic confidence. Step beyond downtown, and the landscape shifts into something softer. Forests threaded with hiking paths, rivers edged with stillness, and distant ridgelines that catch the light differently each hour. When fall arrives, Ashland transforms completely, its maples and oaks igniting the valley in a sweep of amber and crimson that feels almost theatrical in its timing. At the heart of it all lies Lithia Park, more sanctuary than City Park, where ponds mirror the canopy above and winding trails lead into pockets of quiet that feel worlds away from the town's hum. Vineyards surround the valley in gentle arcs, producing wines shaped by cool nights and warm days, bottles that carry the landscape's subtlety in every sip. Ashland doesn't overwhelm. It envelops, slowly, gracefully, with a confidence born from nature and art existing in perfect balance. It's a place that lingers in memory, asking you to return not for what you missed, but for how it made you feel. Grants Pass. Tucked deep within southern Oregon's Rogue Valley, Grants Pass emerges as a river town with a wild heart, where misty foothills, sunlit vineyards, and winding canyons frame a landscape made for explorers. The mighty Rogue River pulses through the region, inviting thrill-seekers to tackle its legendary rapids, wanderers to follow forest trails scented with pine, and anglers to cast into waters shaped by centuries of salmon runs. Echoes of the frontier linger in its preserved districts, where pioneer stories, vintage storefronts, and old trading routes reveal the town's rugged past. Today, Grants Pass pairs that heritage with a vibrant culinary scene, pouring bold Rogue Valley wines, crafting distinctive local brews, and offering scenic patios that overlook the rolling hills and river-carved valleys that make this place unmistakably Oregon. Yaquina Bay Lighthouse. Perched above the restless waters of Yaquina Bay, This 1871 lighthouse rises like a solitary sentinel, watching over one of Oregon's most dramatic stretches of coastline. Its lantern tower, just 93 feet above sea level, frames sweeping vistas of mist-draped forests, tidal flats, and the distant curve of the Pacific horizon. Though retired only 3 years after its debut, the carefully preserved structure retains the quiet dignity of a bygone maritime era where storms, shipwrecks, and isolation shaped daily life. Inside, restored rooms and historic displays immerse visitors in Oregon's early coastal narratives, revealing stories of keepers, sailors, and shifting ocean routes. Set beside rugged headlands and an education center that brings the region's natural heritage to life, the Yaquina Bay Lighthouse remains a rare fusion of beauty, history, and coastal mystery. Newport. Once a humble fishing outpost on Oregon's rugged Pacific edge, Newport has evolved into a coastal haven where sea, fog, and history shape every corner of the town. Positioned along the heart of the coastline, its Victorian rooftops and wave-battered cliffs create a landscape that feels unmistakably authentic and deeply atmospheric. Natural icons such as Devil's Punch Bowl and the dramatic headlands of Yaquina Head draw visitors into a world of swirling tides, basalt formations, and sweeping ocean panoramas. Within town, narrow streets filled with artisan shops and ocean view eateries reveal a vibrant local culture rooted in maritime traditions and fresh from the dock cuisine. Stand on the cliffs at dusk, watch gray whales breach beyond the surf, and you'll understand why Newport remains one of Oregon's most unforgettable coastal experiences. Columbia River Gorge. Where Oregon meets Washington, the Columbia River Gorge unfurls like a colossal passage carved by ancient ice and wind, its sheer basalt cliffs guarding one of the Pacific Northwest's most dramatic landscapes. Waterfalls spill from emerald mountainsides, Multnomah, Horsetail, Waclella, each feeding a tapestry of lakes, streams, and moss-draped forests that glow after the rain. Along these slopes, adventurers find a playground shaped by nature's power, with cliff-edge hikes, world-class windsurfing, and kiteboarders dancing across the river's wind-stirred surface. As a federally protected national scenic area, the gorge shelters rare wildlife and delicate ecosystems, preserving a wilderness that still feels raw and untamed. Layered through this landscape is a deeper story. Petroglyphs, tribal fishing sites, and the paths of early explorers, reminders that the gorge is not just a vista, but a living corridor of history and culture. Cannon Beach. At Cannon Beach, the Oregon coast reveals one of its most poetic landscapes, an expanse of pale sand where shifting mist blurs the horizon and the ocean seems to breathe in long, rhythmic waves. Haystack Rock anchors this dreamlike setting, a colossal monolith alive with tide pools, sea stars, and the flutter of puffins nesting high above the surf. Wander inland, and the mood transforms. Narrow streets lead to cozy bookstores, hidden studios, and seafood taverns where the scent of smoked salmon lingers in the air. Cannon Beach's artistic soul shines in its year-round festivals, from open-air theater to the whimsical sandcastle competition that turns the shoreline into a gallery of fleeting masterpieces. What sets this town apart is the way nature and creativity intertwine. Every tide, every gallery, every quiet corner offering a new way to experience its quiet magic. Willamette River. The Willamette River threads through Oregon like a quiet backbone, shaping not only the land it touches, but the very rhythm of life that has grown around its winding course. Born in the high Cascade Range, its nearly 200-mile journey carries the memory of volcanic peaks, ancient forests, and generations of people who have depended on its flow. Along its banks, dense woodlands give way to patchwork farms and riverfront cities, creating a landscape where raw wilderness and human craft coexist in remarkable harmony. Those who venture onto the water find a world apart, mist rising over still currents, osprey diving with precision, and hidden inlets where the river reveals its quiet, untamed character. The Willamette Water Trail transforms this waterway into a moving adventure, guiding paddlers through secluded channels, gravel bars, and islands untouched by time. With each seasonal shift, the river becomes a different portrait, crimson leaves mirrored in fall, the hush of winter fog, and summer light dancing across rippled reflections. For Oregon, the Willamette is more than a river. It is a keeper of stories, a lifeline of culture and ecology, and a timeless companion to the communities that have grown along its edge. Sahalee Falls. Hidden deep within Oregon's volcanic highlands, Sahalee Falls bursts from the Mackenzie River in a fierce white column, its waters carving through ancient basalt as though rewriting the landscape with every plunge. The surrounding forest glows with impossible shades of green, moss draping boulders like velvet, while towering firs filter the mist into drifting ribbons of light. Trails weave along the canyon's edge, leading travelers to viewpoints where the river's turquoise currents collide with churning rapids in a breathtaking symphony of motion. In the roar of the falls and the trembling earth beneath your feet, Sahalee reveals its true character: wild, primeval, and utterly unforgettable. The rugged coastline of Oregon. Along more than 360 miles of untamed shoreline, Oregon's coast unfolds in a dramatic sweep of basalt headlands, wind-carved cliffs, and hidden coves sculpted by centuries of relentless Pacific storms. Here, towering sea stacks rise like ancient guardians as thunderous waves hurl themselves against the rocks, creating a landscape that feels both fierce and impossibly beautiful. Just beyond the spray, mist-draped forests spill toward the ocean, sheltering tide pools teeming with starfish, anemones, and the occasional sun-basking sea lion. It's a coastline where ecosystems collide, where wildness still reigns, and where every turn in the trail reveals a new secret etched by wind, water, and time. Coosa Falls. Coosa Falls emerges suddenly from the dense Cascade Forest, a sweeping 70-foot torrent that seems to split the basalt cliffs with its sheer force. Around it, a tapestry of ferns, moss, and towering evergreens forms a natural amphitheater where the air hangs cool and fragrant with pine. The Mackenzie River Trail winds through this landscape like a quiet guide, leading hikers to overlooks where turquoise pools churn beneath the fall's thunder. Each step reveals a new perspective. Sometimes the water glows in misty light, other times it roars through shadow, hinting at the volcanic past that shaped it. Nearby, the river widens into serene stretches, alive with trout and framed by meadows where wildlife drifts in and out like fleeting apparitions. More than just another waterfall, Coosa feels like an elemental meeting point where water, stone, and forest speak in their own ancient rhythm. Some come for the pulse of adventure, tracing the rugged paths that connect Coosa to neighboring cascades. Others are drawn to the whispering stillness that settles at dusk when the falls soften into silver and the forest begins its nighttime song.